Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living here in beautiful Grass Valley and elsewhere in the world. We're at YouTube, Facebook, and Zoom, so welcome anyone who's out there in virtual land as well. So let's stand and sing our first two community songs.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So grateful.
Wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So welcome again to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living, for all of those in the room who have just joined us, welcome to everyone on YouTube, Facebook, and Zoom. I am Reverend Lanny Howard, that's my last name, and I am honored to be your Minister Emeritus here at the Sierra Center. So it's my pleasure to remind us of who we are, because this is what we do every Sunday. We remind ourselves of the truth. So the part of the reminder was played by Lanny Howard. Okay. We are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. We aspire to live authentic spiritual lives through a practical application of the teachings of the science of mind and spirit. We engage in sacred practices that uplift our spirit, deepen our awareness, and ignite our soul's self-expression. We demonstrate active compassion to ourselves, each other, and the world. We experience meaningful contribution through giving generously of our time, our talents, and our treasures. And we intentionally promote our community and its teachings. So now we are going to light the inclusion candle, and Liliana Cruz, one of our practitioners, is going to help me light that. We light this candle to celebrate the unity of all peoples, all faiths, all beings, all life, honoring the infinity of oneness as all creation, seen and unseen, and to remind us of the light of spirit within all of us. Thank you. So what's alive in you today? Is there a quality that's sort of bubbling up? Love. Joy. Gratitude. Peace. Friendship. Family. Connection. Great, great, great. All of those alive in us today. Yippee. So we are a praying community. There are lavender prayer requests in the seat backs in front of you. And if you're in the front row, just look in the seat behind you. Okay. And you can complete that prayer sheet with your prayer request and put it in the little brown box there by the left of the front door. And I am also available to pray with after the service if you would like one-on-one prayer today. So is anyone here for the very first time? I'm not seeing anybody here for the very first time, so there you go. We have our family here. And if you come, your family too. So I will now invite Jivan to read our weekly announcements.
Good morning, I'm Jivan, and we have a handful of announcements. It seems like after service, for the next 3 Sundays at least, we have some special events happening. Today it's going to be visioning for the new minister, so anybody who hasn't done that or feel the need to do that, you can stay after service today. And then next Sunday, we have it's called Your Inner Critic, right? Taming Your Inner Critic. A guest person is leading this workshop for 1 hour after service from 11:30 to 12:30. So I'm going to stay for that. I think it sounds like a great thing. Most of us have an inner critic, and it might help to tame that. And then the next Sunday after that, Reverend Julia is leading a compassionate communication workshop. And there's flyers and sign-up sheets out there. And that should be exciting too. And that's fairly short. It ends at 1:15. So none of these go too long. You can still make it to lunch or bring your lunch, right? And then one of the big announcements is we're having a committee to look for a minister a solid minister for the long run. And that committee works with the CSL Home Office and creates some format for attracting a new minister, which has to do with letting them know who we are and what we're looking for, and then interviewing different people, and then setting up a time when everybody can meet potential ministers and we can have some kind of a voting process. And I think, there's the poetry, open mic poetry on Friday. That's coming up next Friday with Lanny. And that is from 6:30 to 7:30. So anybody who has stories or poems or just wants to come and enjoy it should stop in on Friday evening. Correct? And well, one more thing, the member renewal pledge letters are being sent out, yeah. So if you want to renew your membership like I do, then look for that in the mail.
And what do they do if they want to sign up for this search committee? Who do they contact about that? Okay, contact a board member or email the office at sierracenter.org. Okay, they would like feedback by tomorrow. So it is the day of decision. So please be part of that process. It's, you are making a decision that's going to impact this community for its health and well-being for the coming years. So please take it into your consciousness and see if you're ready to help out with that. All right. And now I'm going to turn the mic back over, to our musicians for another community song.
Hey, if you were here last week, we did a chant, "O Great Spirit." We're going to do that again. And we recommend that at the end of it, that you hold your applause. Just let the end of the chant ring out, and then we'll do our sacred reading. Thank you.
Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me. Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me. Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me.
Today's reading is, "This morning I pray for my enemies. And whom do I call my enemy? An enemy must be worthy of engagement. I turn in the direction of the sun and keep walking. It's the heart that asks the question, not my furious mind. The heart is the smaller cousin of the sun. It sees and knows everything. It hears the gnashing, even as it hears the blessing. The door to the mind should open from the heart, should open only from the heart. An enemy who gets in risks the danger of becoming a friend. So, our community value for today is integrity. And integrity really means being honest, true, noble, honorable. And here in the Sierra Center, when we teach classes, we say everything you say in here is confidential. That you don't go around telling anybody else what someone else has said. You can always share your own experience, but you cannot share anything that anybody else has said, because that will establish trust. And in trust, we have vulnerability. And in vulnerability and trust, we have community. That's what it takes to have community, knowing we can trust one another with our secret sharing. It's not secret, really. It's sacred. It's the sacred understanding that we all have challenges and we've all done things we wish we hadn't done. And we'd all like to do things better. And in our classes, we practice getting to be more than we thought we could be. So that's why integrity is really valuable as a community value for the Sierra Center. I am now going to get the bowl, and I'm going to do what Shara usually does. I'm going to ring the bell, and then we'll do an ohm, and then I'll ring the bell, we'll do another ohm, and then I'll ring the bell, and we'll do another ohm. Oh, and sorry, after that, we will have 5 minutes of meditation. Let's take a breath together as we remember that there is just one power, one presence, one life, one love, in, around, and through all that is. In the beauty of the rain that we're experiencing here today, in the beauty of the flowers and the trees and the animals and the people, all of that beauty, all of that joy, all of that harmony, all of that wholeness, all of that peace, all of that love, all that creativity, all that harmony, all that wholeness present everywhere. So it's right here, right now, present in each and every one of us. We are incarnations of that one energy, that one life force, that one infinite intelligence that guides us if we let it, if we open to it and allow it to inform, to guide, and direct our thoughts, our words, and our actions. And so we come today to be reminded and to receive a message about how we can tune in to that energy, to that intelligence, to that love in a greater way. Encountering paradoxes, dealing with them, and knowing that it's all part of the one. And so I'm grateful for our wonderful musicians. I'm grateful for all of our volunteers that are serving today as part of their spiritual practice to make this service possible. And that we understand that service allows us to realize and experience our oneness in a greater way. And so I am grateful to be here with you and to know that together we are expanding and creating that world that works for all. And so with great gratitude, I release my word into the law of life itself, knowing that the law responds by corresponding to this energy and makes it manifest. And we affirm this together as we say, and so it is. And so now we get to see what our affirmation of the week is going to be. I will say it once, and then I invite you to say it with me. I release everything that is no longer serving me. I release everything that is no longer serving me. And so it is. All right, and now we will have another song before our talk.
Badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark for me to see. I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Everybody, knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. long black cloud is coming down. I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Everyone, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. 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 While I wipe these tears from my eyes, I can't see things anymore. It's a shame, it's a dirty disgrace. I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door. Ooh, ooh. Thank you, thank you.
And now Reverend Julia will join us virtually for our talk. Yes, the tyranny of the or.
In the Pacific Northwest, there's something wonderful that happens this time of year. Can you hear me? So one of the things that happens this time of year up here is the mushrooms come out. And I don't know what it is, but I have become a mushroom forager, and it brings me so much joy. And this week, for the first time, I ate one of the mushrooms that I gathered, and I'm happy to report that I'm still alive. But it's just delightful. So, yes, we're talking about paradoxes this month, and today we're going to talk about the tyranny of the or. And we're going to explore the tyranny of the or and how our obsession with binary choices and even compromises can limit our potential and affect our well-being. So today I'll be inviting us to explore the power of the and, which will enable us to change our lives for the better. So let's explore this thing called binary thinking, bi meaning two ways of thinking. In our society, we are often encouraged to make choices based on either or decisions. Here are some binary choices you may have noticed in your lives. Shall I start a family or focus on my career? Shall I choose the healthy meal or indulge myself? Shall I choose what society would deem a sensible career, or should I follow my passion? Shall I go to college or get a job? You can probably think of others. So I want to share some consequences, not so good consequences, that we may experience as a result of binary thinking. We may experience regret and missed opportunities. Choosing one over the other can lead us to feel dissatisfied with our life. We may even experience mental anguish as a result of wondering what could have been if only I had made a different choice in my life. I knew someone who was, as an older adult, experienced a lot of regret that they didn't marry the person that had asked them to get married. They were now alone in their old age, and they believed their life would have been so much better had they said yes to that marriage proposal. But instead, they chose to live their life in a way they thought they wouldn't be able to do if they had settled down and got married. And another consequence we may experience is the stress that comes from constant decision-making, which can impact our well-being. It seems we've been forced to choose between opposing ideas and systems, which has led to our current challenges in the world. For example, the way our political system is set up, we're almost forced to choose to vote for either a Republican or a Democrat. And we may have even been told that if we don't, we're throwing our vote away. These binary choices are no longer sustainable. They aren't serving our highest good. For generations, we've been forced to choose between apparent opposites. And now, here we are, living in a world where it looks like we're on the brink of everything falling apart. I often remind myself that this is the way the creative process works. In order for something new to emerge, the old needs to fall away. Interesting, I just now thought of the mushroom again. The mushrooms, how they are emerging out of the decay in the woods. Our systems and ways of thinking that have served us in the past are no longer sustainable. We can no longer choose between economic growth or taking care of people, technological advancement or preserving the environment, or being conservative or liberal. In my opinion, it's way past time for us to seek a new way. Have you heard the term the third way? What is the third way? This is where the power of and comes into play. It's about combining seemingly conflicting ideas and coming up with innovative solutions. It's about strengthening relationships by finding common ground and shared interests. We need to be brave and vulnerable to have these kind of conversations. It's about learning to pursue a fulfilling career and nurturing your passions. How about building a side hustle or a hobby that complements your day job? It's about achieving balance in life through the integration of work and family, health and indulgence. And it's about the importance of moderation and flexibility in all things. Early on in my recovery journey, which has been a discovery journey, I was living from a mindset of everything being either right or wrong. It was the way I was raised. What I came to understand is that what is right for some of us may not be right for all of us. And besides, who am I to know what is right for someone else? We are each on our own unique paths of awakening. I was also very strict with myself and didn't allow myself much flexibility as a result of this right or wrong thinking. It either had to be this way or that way, but there wasn't room for the third way. What I learned was that this way of thinking and living wasn't serving my highest good. It wasn't good for my well-being. The power of and is the path that challenges the notion that we must choose between opposites. It's a path that seeks to find solutions that bridge these paradoxes. The good news is it's a path that we've already begun walking down. We see technological advances being used to preserve our environment. Innovative methods and technologies like the Ocean Cleanup Project aim to remove plastic waste from the world's oceans. Drones are being used in planning large-scale reforestation projects. And countries that prioritize the well-being of their people are not only flourishing, but also setting an example for the rest of the world. And this is important. We're allowing systems that need to crumble to do so naturally, while working to strengthen those that still hold value. What we learn through taking Science of Mind classes is that we can choose to let go of old ways of thinking that no longer serve our highest good, and we can choose new ways of thinking that can open up new possibilities for ourselves and the world. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, encouraged us to be open at the top, meaning to keep an open mind so that we can be available to inspiration and innovation that can move us forward in our evolutionary process. One of my modern day heroes, Dr. Zach Bush, realized that most of our modern day diseases stem from the chemicals in our food supply and the destruction of our soil by the use of glyphosate and other unsustainable farming practices. He teaches that in order for us to thrive and be healthy, we must restore the soil that our food is grown in. And this in turn will help us heal our gut microbiome and support us in regaining vibrant health. Dr. Zach founded Farmer's Footprint, where farmers are being re-educated on how to farm without the use of antibiotics and chemicals. And as a result of using regenerative farming methods, farmers are seeing increased production within their very first year. And so I'd like to show a short video featuring beekeeper Samantha Fox.
To be able to connect to the soil and the earth. And
hold on, I'm going to make it full screen for you.
it's a healing sense that I get when I do all of that, because I do realize that the blood of my ancestors is inside of the soil that I'm working with daily. I feel like they're guiding me each time I come out here. They're surrounding me. They even have an actual museum that has the blood of the slaves in the soil, inside of the soil, in jars. Yes, and it's loads of them. As a black woman, a mother, we have to wear our armor out here in the world, especially with so much racial injustice and negativity that we see daily. So having a place where you can take that armor off, be free, not only in your space but in your mind, is so essential. The soil is healing. I just like to plant my feet inside of the ground and just connect. And the microorganisms inside of the soil, you know, they are able to balance out serotonin in your brain and really give you that natural remedy you need to some of the ills in the world today. Planting a seed might seem like something that's very small, but in fact it is one of the most revolutionary things that you can do. I'm out here working, and when I'm touching the ground, I'm changing something in this universe, in this lifetime, in my life. I'm changing it for somebody else. I'm just empowered and thankful each day I can walk out here and be able to plant another seed and just create life and share that not only with my family, but my community. You really just opening your heart to the world by farming. That's why I think it's therapeutic, and that's why I want to talk about it all the time. That's why I'm so excited about it. That's why I'm sharing every chance I get to connect with the bees and all my plants and chickens, because it's energy and it's life, and I'm sure it's keeping me for sure. I am Samantha Fox. I am a farm her, beekeeper, entrepreneur, and mother, and plus mother of the world.
I love how she said something about the microbes in the soil, and how beneficial it is for us if we have depression or something. That's actually scientifically proven. Also, hugging a tree can do the same thing. So I want to remind us that we are living at a critical time in history where our old systems are no longer functional. And the questions I want to present to us are we willing to be courageous enough to let go of the tyranny of or thinking and embrace the and? Are we willing to let go of our old ways of doing things and embrace the new? We live in a totally different world now than we did pre-pandemic, and we need new and innovative solutions to the world's challenges. I encourage us all to think about the way we think about everything. Are we open at the top? Where within ourselves do we need to make the changes that will allow us to be the change we want to see in the world? The author, Ralph Peters, wrote, "The greatest paradox of the 21st century is that in this age of powerful technology, the biggest problems we face internationally are problems of the human soul." So in conclusion, I challenge you to ask yourself, where in your life can you replace or with and to discover the third way so that we can all work together to create a world that works for all? There is no better time than now. Are we ready to embrace the and? Yes? Oh, I was going to say, I can't hear you. Are we ready to embrace the and? Yes. Okay. Great. And so it is. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend Julia. And there's a movie, I think it's still out. I'm not sure if it's still in one of our theaters locally, called Common Ground, that talks, is it at the Del Oro still? Good, good. Because it's all about this regenerative farming and its practices. So I am going to go see that. It sounds like a really good one. All right, we're going to have another song.
We're going to invite you to please stand.
Okay, we'll
Please
invite
stand.
you to please stand. My watch keeps telling me to stand, so you get to stand too.
Not a thing,
They're working it over there.
'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Sing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile at the rising sun. 3 little birds perched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Sing, don't worry about a thing,
time of our conscious giving. So for what we have received, for the music and the talk, for all of this good, we are grateful, and we demonstrate that gift of theirs by giving back. So we give back to this community, keep the lights on, keep the toilets flushing, all that good stuff. So, all right. So let's hold our gift over our hearts as we say together, I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. So, Jivat, please collect the gifts. Thank you. Thank you. That was beautiful. Is that Brazilian or Spanish or what? Who?
That's a Santana song called El Farol,
Santana.
the lighthouse.
Lovely. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so we bless these offerings knowing that this gift is from the heart. And so we have that heart of love going out into the world to bless and prosper not only this community, but other communities out in the world that we tithe to. And so I just give thanks for these gifts, knowing that each giver is blessed by this giving and that the gift is pressed down and overflowing. I give thanks and I call it good, and so it is. So thank you so much to our wonderful musicians, for Juanita and Steve and Don for providing this wonderful music today, for Jivan doing the announcements and the offering and greeting, and thank you to Hillary and Gary Wade for doing the technical stuff that needs to happen today. Thank you to Reverend Julia for that wonderful talk about the joys of and.
I've got to thank you also, Rev. Lanny, for Sue Richards. She came in, she offered to help in the office, and she came in and stuffed envelopes for our 2024 renewal membership and pledge. So thank you.
Thank
She
you,
spent
Sue.
some time with me in the office this week.
Thank you so much for that service. Yay. Well, let's give a round of applause to everybody. So what are you taking away with you today? What are you taking away? And. Powerful and. Yes. Anything else? Joy.
Love.
Love. Community. More choices. There are more choices. Memories of Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Yes. Not to mention
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley. Yes. I had the Marley, but I lost the first name for a second. All right. Yay. Thank you, thank you. So let's stand for our benediction. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called oneness.
It is this thing called oneness.
It is this thing called love. It is this thing called and. I know it.
I know it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I sense it.
I sense it.
Because I am it.
I am it.
And so it is.
So it is.
Let's have our closing song.
About a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Sing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright.
Let's repeat that one more time. Don't worry.
About a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright.
Don't worry.
About a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Every little thing gonna be alright.
One more time.
'Cause every little thing gonna be alright.
Please join us for a cup of tea. And then I guess we're kind of done early. We're going to set up for the visioning. Yeah, so. But we've got some time.
That's right.